Hi everybody, welcome back to Sunshine Soap and Candle Company. It is the beginning of October and we are entering our very busy season for crafters. So we have to start gearing up for winter and the gifting season. So you're going to be seeing all of my Christmas/winter themed items coming up soon, and I'll be sharing all of these on my Patreon page. Every year around July and August, I start to plan out the soaps that I'm going to be making for the Christmas season. And so I review all of the old soaps that I've made over the years around this time of year, and I try to pull back in some of those favorites that everybody really liked, and then I also try to add in one new one. So I usually have about 3 to 4 soaps in my winter/Christmas line. So today I'm going to be making a new one to me. I'm going to be using the fragrance oil Cinnamon Cocoa by Brambleberry. It smells really good. It reminds me of hot cocoa, but it's got a depth to it because of the spice. It just adds another layer. It smells really rich and delicious. So I'm going to be using Cinnamon Cocoa. In this soap, I'm also going to be using some cocoa powder for colorant. And I'm also going to be using some heavy cream in this soap. So I'm super excited about that. And I've made some marshmallow embeds. I will link the website Vanulay into the description box of where I got the mold to make these little marshmallows. They're super cute. There, that's what they look like. They look so realistic. And I just made these out of melt and pour soap. So yeah, they're just all... Okay, today we're going to be making 10 pounds of the Cinnamon Cocoa soap, so hopefully it all goes well. This is not a fragrance I've used before, so I'm making my soap at room temperature to make sure we don't have any acceleration problems. And I haven't made soap in a few weeks, so it always feels a little bit weird, like you got to get back into your groove when you haven't made soap for a while. So I'm feeling a little bit disorganized. Okay. I'm going to slowly pour my lye water solution into here. So I try to prep everything the night before when I make soap. It's just so much easier to have it ready to go the next day. All right, and then I'm going to be splitting off a bit for my piping. I'm going to be probably putting about $16 ounces or so. That'll give me about 2 cups, maybe a little more, maybe about 20 ounces for the piping for all of it. With both molds. And then I'm going to be pouring off about another 20 ounces or so of accent color, and that's going to be white. And I'm not going to be, the Cinnamon Cocoa does discolor, so I'm not going to be putting any fragrance in these 2 white containers because I want them to stay white. Okay. So the next thing I'm going to be doing is adding in my titanium dioxide. I'll be adding about half of it to this mixture and half of it to this mixture. Okay. Then I'm going to be adding in my cocoa powder. I'm going to be adding in about 2 teaspoons. You don't want to add too much. I'm putting in 2 heaping teaspoons. You don't want to add in too much cocoa powder because it is good for your skin because it does have antioxidants in it. But I don't like the way it runs in the shower. So if you use too much of it, it will run. So I'm using about 2 heaping teaspoons of cocoa powder, and I'm going to be putting in another about 2 heaping teaspoons of the mocha brown mica powder from Nurture Soap. And I just want the color to be even, so that's why I'm doing that. Okay, so I'm just going to be giving this a hand stir here. We're going to have to come back in and blend up. You're not really going to see the white come through until I blend. Okay, we're going to give this a hand stir. Get this out of the way. So I'm just going for a dark brown base and a white, it'll probably be a little bit off-white accent color. I am using some cocoa butter in this recipe just to kind of enhance that chocolatey fragrance, but also because cocoa butter is such a nice thing to add to soap. Okay, we're going to go ahead and blend up the white. Coming back here, I'm going to go ahead and add in my fragrance oil. I'm going to just stir it. I'm going to add in my fragrance oil and my cream, and I'm just going to stir. Here's my heavy cream. And then here's my fragrance oil. Okay, we're sitting at like a light medium trace, and I'm going to go ahead and get my molds. Okay, we are ready to pour. First, we're just going to pour in the brown. Okay, I'm going to be pouring in all of the brown between both of the molds. Okay, and we're just going to scrape this clean. I'm also going to be making this fragrance in a lotion and probably a body butter as well. So it's working beautifully in the soap. I'm not having any problems with it at all. No ricing or acceleration. I mean, obviously it's going to discolor. It's a chocolate fragrance, but you want it to be brown, so that's really okay. Okay, so then the next thing I'm gonna do is take my white. I'm gonna give it a little stir to make sure it's fluid. There we go. And I am going to be putting the white in a drop swirl down both of the molds, and then we're gonna do a spoon swirl. There we go. All right. Then I'm just gonna get a spoon, and I'm just using a large serving spoon, and I'm gonna do a swirl all the way through just to kind of get that swirled, frothy, creamy look. There we go. All right, I'm gonna spritz the top with some rubbing alcohol, although I'm running out, so hopefully I'll have enough here. And then I will be right back when the piping is ready to go on top. All right, we are ready to pipe. So I'm just gonna start by I probably have too much piping in here, so I'm just gonna start by putting a dollop down the middle of each loaf, right directly down the middle. I wanted it to look like whipped cream. So there we go. I'm just using like an open kind of star tip, I think. It's a large piping tip and a large reusable bag. All right, that was the perfect amount of piping. Okay, so now that that's all covered, I'm just gonna take my rubbing alcohol, spritz the top, and I'm gonna take those little curls. I'm gonna try not to add too much because I don't know what it's actually gonna look like, but I'm just gonna try putting a little bit on top there, like chocolate shavings. There, that looks pretty. I like to make my winter line soaps, Christmas line soaps. I've mentioned this before, I'm sure. It just seems like yesterday we were making last year's Christmas soaps, but I like to make them a little extra fancier than my normal soaps. I just think I like making them like that. It's a little bit indulgent, but I also think it's nice to make a fancier soap around the holiday season when people are gifting and or maybe just want to pamper themselves a little bit more. So that added cream in here, the whipping cream, the cocoa butter, and the nice decoration. Okay, so then the last thing I'm gonna do is add in a few marshmallows, the little melt and pour marshmallows that I made. Probably just gonna start with one and see how that looks. Right down the middle. Okay, there you have it, friends. That's the making of cinnamon cocoa cold processed soap. Stay tuned for the cutting. Hi everybody, I'm back to go ahead and do the cutting of the soap. This is what it looks like. I actually let it sit in the mold for 2 full days, 48 hours. So we're gonna go ahead and use the multi-bar cutter, but I also have my single bar cutter ready to go in case this doesn't work. But it looks like it's gonna work good, at least for this part. Okay, let's see what the inside looks like. It smells really good. That's what the inside looks like. And as you can see, there's a little, the outside of the soap is darker than the inside. This will turn the color of the outside, so it's gonna go very dark brown. Super cute. I love how the little chocolate shavings turned out, chocolate soap shavings turned out. Okay everybody, thanks for watching. Catch you on the next video.